Welcome back to another WWE predictions segment from the Kenikkasports Show. This is our time to go through the matches that are going to be happening at the Clash in Paris, one by one, and predict the winners. One of my favorite segments that we do here, Nikka. And if you haven't been following us here on the Kenikkasports Show, we did quite well with the SummerSlam predictions. Nikka was 10 of 12. I was 11 of 12.
Oh.
And so when you tune in to the Kenikkasports Show WWE predictions segments that you're going to be getting some solid picks. But if you do disagree with us, we open and want you to comment and let us know why we are wrong.
Oh, sure. Please do.
All right. Well, we are also, by my count, one match short for the Clash in Paris event. We have 5 announced matches that we're going to be predicting for you, but that leaves one short by my count from the usual PLE schedule. So we're going to offer up some thoughts on who we might think that is going to be.
Okay.
We also have Dirty Dominic Mysterio defending the Intercontinental Championship on Raw against AJ Styles again. So we're going to talk about that match at the very end of this.
Right.
So yeah, that's our agenda for today. But first, if this is your first time here, please do us a favor and hit that like and subscribe button, and ring that bell as well so you can never miss a paid live event predictions show.
Sweet.
All right, well, let's get to the main event right away, right off the bat. We have the fatal 4-way for the World Heavyweight Championship. It is Seth freaking Rollins defending against Jey Uso, CM Punk, and LA Knight. Yeah.
That's right.
Wow. What a matchup. This does make up for, I think, a lot of what I feel is like an underwhelming ticket, if you will, like top to bottom. But this match I'm really looking forward to.
Yes.
There's a lot of drama unfolding, and let's get to it. What do you got to say?
Do you think this is the last match?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Like the main event. You have to wait.
I think this is going to be the main event. But what I guess I don't know is how are Paul Heyman, Braun Breaker, and Bronson Reed going to potentially factor into this? Because when this matchup first got announced, that was my first thought, was like, Seth's going to bring his muscle down to the ring and just beat the hell out of his opponents. Sure. Very similar to Money in the Bank.
So who's going to help out the other 3?
That leads me to my second question is, are we going to see OTC show up during this matchup, even though he and Bronson Reed have their own matchup happening on the ticket?
It could happen.
I feel like they're all going to wind up down there eventually, unless someone's hospitalized during the other fight or taken out bad.
Yeah.
I'm going to predict that we do see everyone. OTC, Bronson Reed, Braun Breaker, Paul Heyman, everyone.
I believe that. There's going to be some shenanigans, definitely, because it's a fatal 4-way, no rules. So why not bring your posses?
All right. Well, having said all that, what's your final prediction for this? Because I know we did an early prediction a couple weeks ago, but this is the official prediction show. So has anything changed? Maybe is a better question.
I don't think so. I'm sticking with Seth. His vision hasn't been realized yet, so I'm going to go with the visionary.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Seth too, and I'm going to extend this a little bit further and say, there's so much drama happening now that could come of this, we saw Roman Reigns kind of advising Jey Uso on Raw last week to remember what it's all about. In the end of the day, it's about you being champion, not about friends.
Yes.
And I think that was the first sign that we saw cracks in the armor before he drop-kicked CM Punk and LA Knight in the ring to close out Raw. And this was Seth's grand plan sort of all along to handle this situation, was to turn those 3 against each other.
It seems to be working.
Because they're not necessarily friends, but they weren't enemies either.
No.
And so he's kind of turned them into all having animosity with each other. CM Punk cost LA Knight the title. Now Jey Uso has drop kicked both of them. So there's not a lot of love lost there between these 3. And so he's kind of balanced the scales that way, where less of a likelihood of them teaming up together against him, and yet he's still going to have his muscle, like we just said. So they're going to get involved. which leads me to feel like Roman Reigns is going to get involved, and this is going to end in chaos. Seth's going to win, but I'm just wondering, like, what feuds are going to come out of this going forward. Like, I feel like everyone's going to hate each other.
Oh, perfect. That's perfect for wrestling.
It is. It's definitely perfect.
More
and they're
drama.
going to get a lot of mileage out of this.
Exactly.
We might get CM Punk and LA Knight at a paid live event in the future. We might get Roman Reigns and Jey Uso against LA Knight and CM Punk in the future. I don't know. There's so much that could happen with this. So I'm excited about it. I'm sticking with Seth as well. But to stick in this part of the WWE lineup, let's just turn our attentions right away to Big Bronson Reed and Roman Reigns. My first question to you with this matchup before we do a prediction is this an Air Jordans matchup?
Yeah.
Yeah?
The question is OTC going to get his shoes back? Or is
he going to lose another pair?
Exactly. I'm leaning towards losing another pair.
Yeah. I don't know why I am too.
For shits and giggles, really.
Well, I mean, it keeps the tribal thief gag going, which sells more merchandise, which
creates
puts more money in Michael Jordan's pocket, as we discussed recently. And then especially if it's like a different model of shoes, then like you can have different Air Jordans. Boy, oh boy, and this is going to be a little bit of a off the wall prediction for this, but I say he loses the Air Jordans, but not until the end of the Fatal 4-Way match. When they all get involved with the World Heavyweight title match, because Bronson Reed's going to be down there, Roman Reigns is going to be down there, and I think if Seth's leaving champion, they're going to leave some carnage behind in the ring, and that might be when the tribal thief strikes again.
Oh, so they're going to have their own match?
Yeah.
Or brawl.
Which will have some shenanigans too, I'm sure.
Oh, I'm sure. And then at the end of the Fatal 4-Way, he will lose his shoes. Okay, that's a good prediction.
But who's going to win the actual match?
I will go with OTC because for the familiarity and his profile.
All right. Tough. I think I'm going to choose Bronson Reed to win.
Yeah.
You know why? Is because Roman Reigns and Jey Uso won the tag team match last time at SummerSlam.
That's right.
And I just feel like, aside from Seth Rollins cashing in at SummerSlam and pulling off this ruse of the century or whatever, I feel like this is a time for the evil empire to strike back, I guess, at this.
But there's nothing on the line for this match.
There's nothing on the line that we know of. But I'm sure Roman Reigns would like his shoes back.
Sure. There's no belt.
It would be funny
titles.
if he got a pair back and then later lost another pair. All right, let's move our attentions to, I guess, what could be considered the second main event of the night. And that is, of course, Logan Paul, the influencer, taking on John Cena on his Greatest Hits tour. And I feel like this might be one of the best matchups of the night. From a wrestling standpoint and just an entertainment value of what happens inside the ring, which is why we're all there in the first place, right?
I agree, 100%.
But yeah, these two, I know John Cena is going to show up as the consummate professional that he is, and a lot of people feel like his matchup with Cody Rhodes at SummerSlam was one of the best of his entire career.
Really?
So he's coming off of that, and I feel like he wants to go out on a high note here. So he's not going to be phoning it in for any of these final paid live event matches. And he's going up against somebody in Logan Paul who is hungry, who wants to prove himself, not just as a character to the fans and the audience, but just backstage, he's still a newcomer kind of from an outside world.
He's making a name for himself.
He's making a name for himself, but he's also kind of earning respect, I feel like, from his peers behind the scenes.
100% agree.
He wouldn't be getting these matchups and these moments if he wasn't, I feel like. So having said all that, I think Logan Paul is going to win this match.
Wow. I will take the opposite. I will go with John Cena.
Oh, really?
Just because it's his Greatest Hits tour and he needs a win. He lost a few fights.
He did lose SummerSlam. I feel like this is a moment for Logan Paul to take center stage and to elevate himself up. Like John Cena winning this matchup doesn't gain anything. Logan Paul winning this matchup does something for WWE in the future. And I don't want to necessarily see Cena wimping out on the end and using his status to put other wrestlers over. But Logan Paul is an exception for me.
All right.
he's someone that I feel like deserves it in a way
No, he
because of
definitely
his, his wrestling acumen. And he that backwards moonsault he did onto the announce table with Jey Uso comes to mind. Like he's constantly
athletic.
putting himself out there and trying to have these quote unquote holy shit moments from the audience. And I think we're going to see that in this matchup. I think we're going to have the audience at some point chanting holy shit because of something Logan Paul does during this matchup. All right, before we get off of this one though, are we going to see the Scottish psychopath at all, Drew McIntyre, during this match?
Helping Logan Paul?
Yeah, they've kind of formed an alliance of late, an alliance of convenience, I would say. But do they?
We might.
Do we? Yeah, because I feel like there's probably a more than a 50% chance, and the reason I say that is because there's no Cody Rhodes
for
Drew McIntyre to get into it with,
So-
and I think we can all sort of see the writing on the wall that they're going to wrestle at the Indianapolis event in September. That's going to be on ESPN. But that means that matchup's not happening here in Paris, and yet we know Drew McIntyre is on the circus trip and he's there.
He's going to make a promo or update on Cody Rhodes'
Something,
situation.
right?
Yep.
Something. Okay. And we haven't seen Cody Rhodes since he got his head kicked through the announce table by Drew McIntyre,
Right.
but in reality, he's been away filming the Street Fighter movie.
Thank you for the update.
No problem. All right, let's turn our attentions to the opposite gender. Let's look at the Women's Intercontinental Championship bout between Becky Lynch and Nikki Bella. Nikka, who are you taking in this one?
The man, Becky Lynch.
Yeah, I definitely feel like I want the man to retain. I feel like I always say that, and she's had a really good run here, right?
But it's pretty short run.
I guess
so far.
Lyra did win the belt for a minute,
Yeah.
right? And then Becky won it back from her. Okay.
And now we have this new feud going on between her and Nikki Bella. So I'm sticking with Becky on this one.
Yeah, the Becky Nikki feud
Becky.
took off, I think, with the sick burn that Becky did with the "you can't see me" and your ex-husband and all that. Like it's good, and we said Becky needed someone who was better on the microphone
Yes.
to stand up to her, and Nikki is proving to be just that for me right now. I don't see this as being a long-term feud, though.
No, the material goes sour at some point.
Yeah.
Going back and forth in the same thing. I don't want this to become Lyra and Becky matches.
Me
back
neither.
and forth.
Yeah, me neither. So hopefully that this is more of a one and done. And I also wonder if this was even a replacement for what was supposed to probably be Naomi versus Stephanie Vaquer.
Yes.
For the Women's World Championship.
Yeah.
It seems like this could have been on the Raw ticket the next night,
They just moved it up.
and they might have had to put it in
Pivot, yeah.
because of Naomi's pregnancy. So, all right. Well, I'm going to take Becky Lynch in this matchup as well. And I'm really just more interested to see how Becky wrestles against Nikki when I compare to the Lyra and Bayley matches. And I feel like Nikki's going to give her just a better co-partner to work with
Yeah.
in the ring.
I agree with that.
Not to take anything away from Bayley or Lyra
No.
personally, but Nikki's a Hall of Famer and experienced, and we felt like that feud was just stale and Becky wasn't getting enough to work with.
Yes.
All right. Well, let's turn our attentions to the final announced matchup that we have, and that is Sheamus and Rusev, Nikka. And this is being billed as a good old-fashioned Donnybrook match. Now, what the hell does that mean? All right. Well, much like all the other stipulated matches in WWE, there is no disqualifications, but
Ooh, there's a bug.
this is a bar-themed weapons fight. So
What?
beer barrels, stools, pint glasses, and shillelaghs.
I'm sorry. Glass? They're going to have broken glass in the ring?
I'm just repeating what I read. Pint glasses and shillelaghs. Now, this is definitely upping the ante when it comes to the WWE stunt department.
Yeah.
So I'm really curious. And there's the sound effects department have to get involved with these glasses breaking that are made of plastic, most likely, or something.
Or rubber.
Oh, hilarious. I'm really curious to see this actually play out and how violent or physical it gets. Are we going to see some blood with all the glass and the wood? And it makes sense, right?
Yeah.
And since it's a paid live event, we want that level of violence.
Maybe what happens in France stays in France.
Well, this might be fun, but this is definitely a gimmicky matchup. So I hope it does live up to providing some holy shit WTF moment, when it comes to like, wow, I can't believe that they did that.
Yeah, their feud is just evolving to the more items being included in it.
Well, having said that, I still question whether this should be an actual paid live event matchup or not with these level of on the roster, but I guess you have to spread it around, right?
Yeah,
when it comes to the bottom of the roster. So, what's your prediction for this matchup?
Oh boy, I'm gonna go with Sheamus.
Yeah, I think we got to go with Sheamus here as well because Sheamus just strikes me as having more experience in bars. And
oh, okay, I will go the other route with the experience.
Oh, you think Rusev's a bigger drinker?
Well, he is Bulgarian.
Okay. I mean, sure, but I guess when I'm looking at the Donnybrook match itself and the Irish, what's the right word? Accessories.
Yes.
The Irish accessories that are available. I feel like Sheamus knows his way around the stool and the pint glass a little more. Like, not his first Donnybrook.
It's not the vodka experience. It's the pint glass experience.
Hey, don't underestimate those Bulgarians and their vodka. They can sling them back with the best.
Probably. All right. Sheamus it is then.
Sheamus it is. All right. Well, that just leaves us with one last matchup to discuss because it's not at Clash in Paris. It's at Monday Night Raw the following night, and Dirty Dominic Mysterio is defending the Intercontinental Championship against AJ Styles again. We just had this matchup at SummerSlam, and we saw Dominic Mysterio win with the old slippery boot trick, Nikka. What's he going to do to win this time? What's he going to use this time?
His underwear. I don't know.
The underwear trick. Give him a fake wedgie or something.
Wedge? Yeah, there you go.
Rip your underwear ahead of time, by the way. That's the way to avoid that. He's going to have a pair,
extra pair with
the slippery underwear. He wedgied himself ahead of time to avoid the wedgie. I want to say, whenever we get matchups like this that have just happened, I feel like the wind blows in the opposite direction. It always signals a changing of the guard, and I'm just wondering, are we seeing that again here? Are we going to see the title change hands on Raw?
We might.
Yeah.
Just for short period of time before Dom gets it back before the San Diego.
Or Dom becomes AAA Mega Champion and brings that belt into WWE somehow. For a little while.
For a little bit.
Not a permanent thing. I think that belt will mostly stay in AAA.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean that he was already on a card for the title. And now he's getting his rematch for that. This is such a tough one for me because I've also seen there's an outcry for AJ Styles to get a push because they feel he's being underutilized by WWE since he came over. And, we haven't been following, I think, long enough to know one way or the other for sure. And we just like Dirty Dom.
Yeah.
And the fact that he's a Padres fan and that they're going to have Survivor Series, it feels like that should be one of his moments. Not just of the year, but of maybe his career. We don't know how many moments there's going to be at Petco Park where the Padres play. And anyways, I'm coming at it from a very personal standpoint there for him. And I have no idea. He might just be laughing about this in the background. Anyways, my prediction is, though, that AJ Styles will win on Raw somehow, finally, after all of his stalking over the summer, following Dom around with the doctor's notes and losing at SummerSlam, getting this new opportunity. I feel like it spells doom for Dominic Mysterio.
All right, I will go with Dom.
Okay.
Just to be different, but at the same time,
we are going to definitely have this is our most conflicted predictions segment I think we've done in a while. Yeah.
I'm going to stick with Dom.
Okay. Nikka is sticking with Dirty Dom. I'm going to go with AJ Styles. And yeah.
Because who will be challenging AJ Styles later if he has the belt?
Well, we don't know.
Yeah, we don't know. And also, we know that the whole Judgment Day is going to be there. So they might help Dirty Dom regain.
Retain.
Retain. Sorry.
Indeed. Well, you bring up some interesting possibilities, but I nevertheless, I'm always leery when they do these rematches because we saw Charlotte and Alexa. They got their second crack at it. They won the title. We saw Naomi cash in. And then when Rhea and Io Sky got their second chance, they didn't win.
No, she retained it.
They go in different directions. We'll see what happens here. I'm just saying, why have the match twice unless there's a reason for it, which is to have the title change hands.
Sure.
And again, we might see this a rematch, a rubber match in Indianapolis.
We might.
And in between that is Worlds Collide, and Dom could have another title by then.
Yeah.
So fascinating stuff. Let us know what you think in the comments below. And let us know what you think of our predictions in general for the entire Clash in Paris. This was fun, but do you agree or disagree? Leave a comment below, and I promise you, we will respond to you.